Guys, how can we make Wolverine's mask like 6 times more extreme? Eureka! Okay, people, thanks for checking out another Fwoosh review. Today I'm looking at X-Men Marvel Legends Infinite Series Stryfe, or as we say in the South, Stryfe. I got this in with my Toys R Us pre-order, $8.99, $14.99, whichever, hell of a deal. I know I'm lucky to get in on it. I know a lot of people's orders were canceled. That sucks. But he should be one of the, and well, I say that, he should be one of the easier ones to get at Toys R Us when they do decide to stock. I've been hearing that it's Thor's cape. I'm not quite sure about that. I don't have any of the new Thors. So, and oddly enough, so far, out of the ones I've opened Magneto, Cyclops, Storm, and Stryfe. I have to say, Stryfe is my favorite so far. At least he's the most stable. Even with the big cape. I think that a lot of the problem with the figures, this fourth figure I've opened, a lot of capes and high center of gravities and small, tiny women feet sculpted on. And even my Cyclops, it's kind of loose in the hip department. So he's kind of hard to stand, even though he's on a great base. It's nice to have a figure. Don't get me wrong, he still likes to weeble wobble a little bit, but I don't know. He's stable. Not bad at all. He came in the same packaging as the rest, at Wolverine on the side, him on the back. My one heartbreaking moment here is I opened him and the instructions for Jubilee wasn't included. So, however am I going to figure out how to put Jubilee together? I mean, where does this go? Does it go under? Does it go here? Does it go here? For being Jubilee and not ever caring whether I get one at all, I like it. I mean, I like the glasses put in under the hair, with the hair sweeping over. I'm good with that. I don't mind having her. Now that I have her, I haven't put it together yet because of no instruction sheet. Yeah, so I'm gonna like her. I'll give her a look later. She comes with 2 energy effects that go over her hands. I want to say these came with the Rachel Gray. I don't know, I didn't have her for very long, so I couldn't tell you. Maybe hers were red. For, a Marvel Legends reviewer, I'm terrible about actually keeping my Marvel Legends figures, at least intact. Stryfe's other accessory is a sword that's it's not bad, but it's kind of small. It's more like his butter knife. He comes with, I can't even tell you how many pointy parts on him, and then he has a blade. Although it's not bad. I don't know if the handle is a reference to something, but there seems to be a face on one side and then the back of a head on the other side. But it's nice for what it is. He'll probably won't hold it because he's Stryfe. He doesn't need a sword. The figure itself, I was afraid he was going to be, all Sabretooth reuse, but that's not the case at all. I think, really, the only parts of Sabretooth is the torso, maybe the crotch piece, and maybe the top of the leg here where it plugs into the crotch piece, because below that starts the sectionalized metal armor look. So from there down, with these added here, maybe the feet. Okay. This is reused from Sabretooth too. This boot, where Sabretooth has his boot swivel, this has a newly sculpted piece for the leg blades to be on the boot, and the angled boot top. And before I get into anything, for some reason I am completely enamored with the feet. I don't know, they're smooth. They look like the Iron Mans we've been getting with the, swirly twirly plastic. It's just smooth. I want to say creamy. I kind of want to say I want to lick it. I don't know why, but there you go. It's the same sculpt as Sabretooth, as far as I know. Maybe. For some reason, Sabretooth... They look exactly the same, but for some reason, Sabretooth's has a seam right down the top middle, whereas Stryfe's lickable feet don't seem to have that seam. But anyway, everything else on him is a new sculpt. The torso piece, Sabretooth's, with an overlay. I think this whole piece is just glued on top. And then have the loose belt. That's not bad. It stays down. I'm okay with that. Oh, a figure that can stand. Articulation. He has the neck like Sabretooth with the head. He doesn't get a lot of down, only because of his mask piece right here. His Super Wolverine mask. But he gets up really good. Mostly because there's nothing on the back. This was another surprise. I didn't know these were, I hadn't really kept up, but I didn't know these were separate sculpted pieces on the back of his head. Like blades. You don't go punching Stryfe in the back of the head, is the one thing I take away from this figure. Neck joint, blah, blah, blah. Hinge and swivel shoulder. Swivel bicep. Double elbows. Hinge and swivel wrist. Ab crunch, which, like Sabretooth, gets crunched really low. Back, I'm going to guess because of the cape. He does go back, but I don't see a lot of reason to go back that far. Swivel waist. Hinge and swivel hips. Armor piece kind of gets in the way there. But the good thing about this, it's soft, it moves, it gets out of the way. You can put him on a throne if you want to. I don't know if that's right. Swivel upper thigh. Double knees. Hinge ankle. And swivel foot. Yay, rocker! Now, like I said, all the pieces but the torso and maybe the feet are newly sculpted. It looks good. Segregations are nice and clean. It makes me think Colossus, but more than that, these gauntlet pieces are a separate piece. It's just like an overlay. It's a loose plastic, like the belt here. So those can be taken off. So hopefully sometime in the near future we can get a cable on the Sabretooth body, because we have the arm, we have, we could use Sabretooth's plain Jane torso. Maybe we could get some new legs. If we can get this for Stryfe, we can get this for Cable. As much as I did not need a Stryfe on my shelf, and now that I have him, I'm happy to have him, I want a Cable. I need a Cable really badly. So a good one. A big, bulky, 90s version Cable. Marvel Select, we're going to see where that goes. He'll probably go on the shelf too. So I like to have options. Paint-wise, not a lot of paint. A lot of it's just molded in the plastic, This overlay is molded in silver. Kind of a dull silver. Nothing matches the feet. Maybe the upper boots here. Yeah, they do. This upper boot is a separate piece. So this is in the smooth silver too. I wish this was in the smooth silver. In his head. The kneecaps are cool. Got the knee pads sculpted on there. That's another thing that could be moved over to a cable. The cape, like I said, I'm not sure if it's reused or not. It's stiff. There's no give hardly to it. It's glued to the back piece of this overlay. So, given that he's a reuse of Sabretooth, they're pretty much the same size. Not a lot of difference there, even with the added pieces. But with the added pieces, he looks bulkier, which is good. It's not. I love the Sabretooth body. He's just a little thick down low, you know. If you know what I mean. No. Compared to the Magneto in action pose, why did I do that? Compared to Magneto, he's a little bit bigger. Remember, my Magneto has the cape fix. If you want to see that, you can look here. And then, compared to Scott, he towers over Scott. Cyclops, whatever. I reviewed Cyclops here. There you go, Stryfe, or Stryfe. All through the video I've been making myself say Stryfe instead of Stryfe. Pick him up. It's a good figure, one of the better figures of the wave. If you like the video, comment, subscribe, like, whatever you guys do, whatever you feel like doing. I'll see you next time on the Fwoosh.